It's October, which means I have to play another scary game. Last year was Outlast, which didn't scare me at all. Ah! Oh, scandal! Oh my god, no! This year is Alien Isolation, which yes, I have watched all the movies. But it's an alien game, there's no way it's gonna be good. You remember Colonial Marines? Ugh.
I've got donuts, powdered donuts. I've got donuts and they are sexy.
But I was quite surprised. In Alien Isolation, you play as Amanda Ripley, the daughter of Ellen Ripley, which is the main character in the Alien films. 15 years after the events of Alien, Amanda wants to find out what happened to her mother all those years ago. She hears that a flight recorder of her mother's ship, the Nostromo, was recently found and is being held at Sevastopol Station. Amanda and her crew travel to the station, and if you've watched the movies, then you know where this is heading. Some stuff happens and Ripley is separated from her crew, and now she's all alone. Or should I say, isolated. Aliens Isolation is a survival horror stealth game. And oh boy, when they say stealth, they mean you'll be too scared to do anything else other than crouch the entire game. Yeah, sure, I have a run button, but hey, why use it? Every time I run, the darkness comes to get me. Darkness! No, seriously, the game trained me not to run. It's like putting a little piece of poo on your dad's cigarette, so every time he goes to put one in his mouth, he's reminded of that delightful taste. Other than hiding, you can fight. Just not that good, which makes sense because you're just an engineer. You have a basic melee attack and you do get a few guns later on, but you have limited ammo and you can't kill the most important enemy of all. Whether you choose to hide or fight, you can craft items to help you throughout the game, but crafting materials are scarce, so you'll only be using the items when you absolutely need to. Between limited ammo and scarce crafting materials, you will mostly be getting on your knees to survive. Pray and spray in this game will get you killed because the alien is not your only enemy. You will also see androids and humans walking around. Sometimes they're friendly, and sometimes they're not. While playing a game that I'm planning on reviewing, I tend to write down notes to use later on in the review. I constantly wrote notes about the sound because it's just so good. It rivals the first time I played Dead Space when you will hear just regular ship sounds and it'll get your heart racing. It's like being alone in your house because your family's out of town. All of a sudden, you're Ben Affleck from Daredevil, you start hearing all these noises that you've never heard before at night. You hear the ice machine, water in the pipes, water dripping, and all of a sudden you have to pee. Nope, I ain't going. The black guy always dies. Have you watched The Walking Dead? They can't replace black guys fast enough. But not only did they do a fantastic job on the ambience of the ship, but the alien. There's a reason why you'll be crouching for the majority of this game. You're afraid of that alien reacting to your footsteps. When you hear that sound of a vent dropping a big load, you better not be doing anything else but stop, dropping, and rolling, because you'll be done, son. But it doesn't stop there. No. You will start getting tools to open doors with unique button presses depending on the tool. Yeah, when you're trying to open up a door and all you can hear is the alien moving around in the background, like, that's not even regular footsteps. Doom, 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 doom. What is that, a tiny giant? I don't think my butt can take any more clenching. Seriously, forget jump scares. Alien offers way more. There's a part where the alien comes down and you see it in all its glory. You might wee just a little bit. And the tension doesn't go away once you've seen the alien a few times either. And that's partly because you have something to lose with the way they made the save system. This game requires you to be like Jesus, save a lot, because there are going to be times where you could have gone back and saved, then 10 or 20 minutes later you'll regret it because you're going to die and start way back at the last save point. This is painful when you've been being stealthy for almost 10 minutes, which means waiting for an alien to stop popping in and out of the ceiling. It can really feel like a waste of time. Stealth in this game is everything, so it requires tons of patience, and maybe just a little too much. Sometimes you have to wait a long time for an alien to move out of a certain spot that you need to progress with the game, and I mean a long time, like go to the bathroom and come back long time, and I'm not talking about a little tinkle either. I'm not gonna lie, sometimes with other enemies I got tired of waiting for them to move out of my way to sneak by them. Sometimes I'm like, screw it, I'm running to the exit, and most of the time it doesn't work. Except for the androids, sometimes. Those guys are the equivalent of a movie murderer like Jason from Friday the 13th. This game is around 15 plus hours long. I felt for a horror game, it could have benefited from being a little shorter. There were some parts that didn't need to be there, that could have been cut out to make the story flow a little bit more. Maybe I just wanted it to end because I thought my heart will give out before I can review it. Please, no. Please. Please. La Paz. When it comes to horror games, the longer the player plays, the more desensitized the player gets to the point it's not scary anymore. But I think the game did a decent job of playing on that later on in the game. And there's definitely more here than just playing hide and seek with a killer alien for 15 hours. You'll be hacking and completing minor puzzles along the way, but mostly yes, playing hide and seek. No! No! What is this? There is backtracking, but they did a good job of making it feel like you're always exploring new areas. It's amazing what a little progression and a little lighting can do to a place. And that's because the graphics are on point. I mean, look at this place. But I just can't wait for technology to improve enough for our characters to be actually pushing buttons. Can we make this happen? Can we make this happen? Even though I'm not particularly a fan of the horror genre, I still respect this game for what it's done. I mean, the devs put a lot of love into this. If you're a fan of a scary genre or a horror genre, you have to play this game. I think it's a must at this point, especially if you have watched all the movies. Oh my gosh.